34 of John 13 says, a new commandment I give to you. Everybody say new. Yeah, it's beyond the 10. Now this is the 11th. No, a new commandment I give to you, that you love, agape, one another, just as I have loved you, that you also love one another. So this, first of all, the first verse is relating to the same area of Matthew 22, but this is saying love one another means unconditionally engage, unconditionally bring love to each other, unconditionally, that's agape. Then the very next verse, he's talking about the phileo love, how to connect to the charity of each other, the affection to each other. It says this, in verse 35, it says, by this all will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. So first he says agape one another means that's a decision you make. You choose to bring God into the situation, in his love, into every situation. You're choosing that agape is part of your life. You're choosing that God's love has saved you. You choose that Jesus rose from the dead, and he shed his blood for you. You choose that love that he did for you. That's a choice you make. You take a choice to be loved by God with his agape love, and you choose to share that love to others. Then he says this, but that's all fine and dandy, but how do you prove that you're my disciples? And you prove your disciples by this, is if you love your neighbor, if you have love for one another. This word love is a little different than the first one. This love is when you show your charitable, when you show your affection, when you show your goodwill to each other, when you're expressing mutual love to each other. This is the kind of love that expresses God's presence in your life. See, the thing is, when we have agape, we need to have this kind of love that actually shows agape. Because our human nature can only understand the affection love more than we can understand agape love. But when we receive the salvation love, when we receive the love that is unconditional, we gotta translate it through our human nature, which is the phileo love, the love that expresses. So if you want to express that love today, we got to come into that place of purposing ourselves to live out goodwill, affection, in a good sense. This is the place where they had, it's like the idea of the Lord's Supper. They joined together because they love each other, and they had supper together. And they joined together, and they loved each other, and they chose to show the affection for the moment. And I believe it's important for us to have that kind of love. How many one of us want to see how to purpose ourselves to walk in a place where we can actually live this way for God? That whatever I have, I can give with the affection and goodwill of God's agape love. That love that I have accepted, the love you accepted, the love that forgave you unconditionally, the one that saved you unconditionally, the one that brought you to the heavenlies unconditionally. How can we express that through our human nature? How will we know that you are God's disciple? We won't know your disciples by your critical tweets. We don't know that people won't know you're God's disciple if you're doing everything the same that everybody else is saying. If you're coming against everything else everybody else is coming against. You maybe are against it, but when you don't have love in what you're coming against, there's a problem, isn't there? So as we walk in this place today, welcome here.